Hey, what's up YouTube? It's a blue golf ball today with another Pokemon TCG online video, and today we're going to be showcasing Rayquaza EX. Yeah, this is going to be an expanded format deck. So Rayquaza EX was a pretty legendary Pokemon during its time. People loved this card. This card is Rayquaza's got Dragon Burst. This card all basic fire energy and basic lightning energy attached to this Pokemon. This attack does 60 damage times the number of energy cards you discarded. So basically, if you discard 3 fire energies or 3 lightning energies, you're doing 180 damage, right? One more, and you're doing 240 damage, basically knocking out everything. Besides a Black Huron with Crystal Wall, but whoever does that, anyways, right? I mean, come on. So we got 1 Pikachu and 1 Raichu. This is basically just to counter the Pyroars out there. I mean, 1/1 is very thin. And if your Pikachu's prize or Raichu's prize, it's over, right? We're not too concerned entirely because we do run 1 Raikou EX, and the Bolt Volt here can knock out things on the bench, right? So let's say we got Garbodor. We can just do Bolt Volt, knock it out, and not really care about, locking our abilities anymore. And Bolt Volt's also very good because, let's say my opponent has like little lit Leos, right? And maybe we can get a turn 2 Bolt Volt before. If we go first, and we get our setup, and then we can get our electric setup and whatnot, and then we can just go ahead and Bolt Volt, knock out the lit Leo in our turn 2 before our opponent evolves on their turn 2, right? So I mean, that's kind of risky, but it's worth a shot, right? And then we're gonna run 4 Dynamos and our that's right. That's what they're called. Electrics. We're gonna run 4 of these. We're gonna run 1 Escape Rope, right? So the problem with Electric, it's got a 2 retreat cost. We have to find ways to get Electric off the active spot onto the bench. Why we need it on the bench? We need it on the bench because the ability Dynamotor, right? This is what's gonna be the motor, quote unquote, no pun intended, to run the engine of our deck. Alright, once during your turn, before you attack, you may attach a lightning energy from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. So we want this Dynamotor ability to be attaching lightning energy onto the Rayquaza, or sometimes even Raichu or the Raikou. So the Dynamotor is such a broken ability at times. If you can get 3 of these, man, you can get 3 energies in play so fast. That's just terrific. So that's what we're going to do. I did think about running a Battle Compressor in this deck, but with Ultra Ball and Juniper, things like that, we're already kind of getting energies into the discard pile pretty consistently. So we're going to run 3 level balls. These level balls will just help get out basically everything that's not EX, which is 4 of the cards. So we're going to run 2 Max Potions. It's pretty flexible to run these Max Potions on these EX Pokemon because the Max Potion can just heal everything off, and we always get the energies back. So we're going to be playing that for those reasons. We're going to play Professor's Letter, play one of those. We're going to play the Scramble Search as the aspect of choice. We can just switch everything, all the energies and whatnot. It makes it a very fluid deck, very flexible deck, depending on scenarios. So I chose to play the Scramble Search for that case. We're going to play 2 Starting Megaphones, just to get rid of Garbodor or Garbotoxin. We're going to play 1 Super Rod, get the Pokemon back in play. 1 Switch, once again to get Electric off the active spot most times. We're going to play 3 Ultra Balls just to get the big EXs into play. 2 VS Seekers, 1 Colress, 2 Lysanders, 4 Ents, 4 Junipers, 1 Skyla, and Sky Arrow Bridge. Alright, so the nice thing is that Pikachu can get free retreat, even though its retreat cost is 1. And then once we evolve the Raichu still has free retreat, so that's very handy. It just doesn't work for Electric since Electric is a stage 1 and has 2 retreat costs. So otherwise, this Sky Arrow Bridge comes very handy for both Raikou and Rayquaza EX. So these 2 guys definitely take advantage of that stadium. We're gonna be running 2 Float Stones just exclusively for Electric because we don't want Electric to get Lysandered out. We're super paranoid about getting Electric, like Lysander or Pyroar can get it out with the ability command, whatever it is. I don't know, red signal, whatever. So we're gonna run 3 fire energies and 3 lightning energies. Like I said, I did think about running Battle Compressor, but I test played a couple times. By the time I get Battle Compressor, I already had like energies in a discard, and so it's kind of like it just becomes a dead card. A lot of times, but unless you run more Battle Compressors to have consistency to draw it early, That's always good, but yeah, I mean, it's a horse piece. So let's go ahead and get a battle going on here. And we are searching. We are searching for our opponent. Yeah, I mentioned this multiple times before, but man, expanded decks, they just don't get a lot of love, you know. Not too many players play expanded. Most players play standard format. There is a cult following for the unlimited format. A lot of folks play in the unlimited format, but it's just that, like, so that middle brother, you know, that everyone just kind of ignores, right? The expanded format, it just doesn't get that much love. And you know, I mean, how long have I been sitting here talking to you guys? Look at that. Finally, we got a match. We're going to be going against Black Star 2033. Not sure what that means, but maybe he has something going on in the year 2033. Or maybe 2033 is his home address. I don't know. These numbers, it could be anything. We're going to go and play the EX versus the Raikou EX. That way we can just keep the Dynamo onto the bench. So we're going to be playing against a Darkrai deck. Not sure what the Eevee's for. It could be for Leafeon, I'm assuming, which is okay. I mean, you know, these Darkrai decks can be really tricky. My opponent here has played an energy and has decided to end their turn. So I'm actually going to opt to start pretty slow too, right? I mean, we're not really in any hurry. I'm just going to go ahead and let's see. We got the Professor's Letter. I think I want to hang on to that. Yeah, I don't know. What should we get? Yeah, you know what? I just want another level ball. That way we can thin out our deck. Let's just take a look really quick. We got the Raichu. Let's see. We got the Pikachu. We got 2, 3 Rayquazas. Electric. There we go. All right. So let's just get a whole army of Dynamos here. Let's just start off with these Dynamos, right? No fear whatsoever. We're not too afraid of energy drops. We're mostly concerned with getting, you know, the fire energy drop. So my opponent looks like he's playing a very classic deck, Mewtwo and Darkrai. These guys came together. Look at that. The promo numbers, BW45 and got BW46. These two buddies, they ruled the day back in their heyday. You know, the 2011, 2012 seasons. Yeah, these two cards are very popular. So we see the retreat by the Umbreon. Not too sure what that's about. I will evolve here, and part of me feels like, I don't know. Do I want to play an N? My opponent hasn't really done anything. And you know, I'm not in any immediate worries to get, you know, to play Lysander or N. But you know what, YOLO. You know, let's just play it. We did get the Pikachu. I will play. Yeah, I will play this. I'm just gonna. What I want to do is have flexibility, right? So I'm just gonna retreat and get the lightning energy into the discard pile and just kind of feed the Pikachu to my opponent. I don't think we really need Pikachu. And Pikachu will be a sacrifice for us, right? So let's go ahead and we'll just end our turn. Yeah, well, I guess we can Dynamo this back onto the Raikou, but that won't be really necessary. So the Pikachu here, we probably could have attacked to do a little nuzzle. That was an option, but you know, I don't see my opponent dropping a DC. Well, I mean, he can drop a DC. I mean, he can do whatever he wants, but what my most concern here is I don't think I really need Pikachu to do anything in particular. So let's just go ahead and get the N. Boy, this is a slow start. Here we go. We got this here. I'm gonna go ahead and just drop that guy there. You know what? Let's just go and nuzzle. I don't know. This is just a silly game. This is not good. We'll probably, whatever we draw next, I'll probably use the Ultra Ball to get another electric out. We don't have any energies in our discard pile, so wow, both games are just really slow. My opponent has a Regigigas. That's interesting. My opponent is opting to play the Regigigas. I don't think the Regigigas really has. You know, I'm not sure. But okay, so you know, we got the Rayquaza, but We already have one on our bench. We have one in our deck still. Let's go ahead and get the Dynamotor going. We just need to get a bunch of energies into the discard pile. So we will. Boy, that's no good. Yeah, this is a very slow start here. Let's just nuzzle and not do anything. Okay, so that's no good. Oh boy, a part of me thinks like, yeah, I'm not sure what we want to do at this point. My opponent will knock out the Pikachu. That's okay with me. And that way we have an energy and discard to work with. I'm glad my opponent didn't hit Dynamo, I guess. But alright, so here we go. What we're going to do is not play this Fire Energy. I want to get a knockout here. And so we will just kind of motor on to this here. Yeah, let's play the Float Stone here. Boy, this is no good. No good. Alright, so we're just gonna Juniper. What we really need to do here is, sure, let's go ahead, Professor's Letter. We need to get a lot of energy, right? We will Ultra Ball for the last Rayquaza. Alright, so here's the big play. We're going to get the other electric here. Huge play coming here, guys. We'll drop this here. We're going to play the Dynamotor and get some energies back into play. We're going to go ahead and knock out this Darkrai that's all charged up. So let's go ahead and retreat and Dragon Burst away. Lightning energies. 180, one hit knockout. That took a long time, guys. I don't know. That took too long. So this Rayquaza is going to take a hit. We're going to play the Scramble Switch. We're going to charge up the lightning energies onto this Rayquaza here. And then we're going to Scramble Switch and get the fire energy onto this Rayquaza. And we'll drop the lightning energy onto this Raikou. But, you know, we're going to be able to max potion off. So that's very fluid. Very, very fluid there. My opponent hasn't really played anything in particular for me to use a starting Megaphone, so can't really use that. So let's go ahead and just charge up this. Right here. We're going to get another one-hit knockout onto the Mewtwo here. And there we go. Let's move that, and we'll max potion this off. We'll get this Rayquaza going, perhaps. Look at that. Look at how fluid that is. So we are burning our deck quite a bit. So we got to watch out for that before we just kind of run out of cards. But we will Dragon Burst, take out the Lightning, knock out this Mewtwo. Bada bing, bada boom. Boy, we are just flying right now. So we got a Switch and a Float Stone. So even if these guys get Lysandered out, we have multiple ways to get them back onto the bench. And look at that. We basically... well, we need a Lysander. I don't want to kind of play around with knocking out this Umbreon and only taking one prize. Ideally, we'd want to get that Darkrai out there. So I do think both my VS Seekers are already gone, and yes, they are. We should still have one Lysander left, right? So what we're going to do is probably play the Fire Energy here and just charge up this Rayquaza. We're going to go big or go home. So let's go ahead and... Actually, there's really no way. We didn't top deck the Lysander, and there's really no other way. So let's go ahead and just Dino Motor onto this one here. I'm actually going to play the Raikou. That way we can just hit something on the bench, and I don't know. Either way, we're going to be discarding 3. Didn't think about that. But, I mean, we have both these guys charged up. We also have the Switch. I mean, I don't know. Let's just go with the Rayquaza. We'll just Dragon Burst. No big deal here. We'll just knock it out. I mean, we can snipe something on the bench with the Raikou. So, you know, I think it's basically GG. Black Star 2013 put up a valiant battle, very close match. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be sarcastic or exaggerating. That was actually pretty rude. I apologize for that, Black Star. It was a fun match. It was, you know, I mean, it wasn't close. I was kidding, but I mean, we got to see the power of Rayquaza EX. You know, we got to see Rayquaza just go and just swing big one-hit knockouts. Plus, we got to see the power of Electric with the Dynamotor. I do have to give a lot of props to my opponent for not just jumping ship right now. That's very good. You know, a lot of folks, they would just have given up, like probably turn 3 or something. I don't know. But props to my opponent. He's definitely, you know, the ideal Pokemon player that we want to see in Pokemon TCG. So we're just gonna go and retreat, and we'll just play the Bolt Volt and knock out this Dino here. So what do you guys think? That was pretty fun. This deck is still a ton of fun to play and very enjoyable. So let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. And you know, I'll have more videos for you guys soon. This is a Blue Golf Ball. I'll see you guys later. You guys have a good day. Bye.